live.
Oh, we're live. Okay.
I mean, should I hit it with glasses or?
Are you wanting to get business casual or Oh man. I just have to wonder how my outfit's looking right now.
I absolutely love this.
Oh, me too.
Oh, these are terrible. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
I mean, I'm good to just talk, but people may not want to listen to that. Hey, my name's Jada.
This is our first podcast. I'm Jenna.
And I'm Jada.
Period.
Like, that's about all we've got on
Just
that.
give us one little second. We're going to find some good old
head scratch
questions.
Yeah.
All of these are like, what
Surface
values are
level.
important to you? Yeah. People go on Reddit and read crazy Reddit stories, and then they just kind of add commentary. And okay, this one seems a little crazy. This says, I got too scared and forgot to kill myself. It says, so a few hours ago, I called crisis services. I was genuinely considering killing my... Okay, maybe that's a little too morbid, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna let it ride. I was genuinely considering killing myself, and now I'm sorry. Like, wow. I had nobody to talk to and just needed a voice and somebody to listen. They said they'd send a volunteer to take me to get help, and they'd meet me at the corner of my street so my roommates wouldn't have to know. I get there.
She laughs at uncomfortable situations.
For real? Like, what?
Every time she gets...
I get there, there's cops waiting. They get out, walk up, ask to see my hands while reaching for handcuffs. Why would they arrest her? She's trying to get out. I look around, there's cop cars coming, fire trucks. Okay. I look around, there's cop cars coming, fire trucks. Like, they're illiterate. And they're all reaching for batons. There's no way that says batons. They're reaching for batons?
Yeah.
Okay. They're reaching for batons or flashlights or handcuffs, so I obviously effing run. I'm hiding behind cars and in between houses. They're at my house talking to my roommates about me. I had to sneak in the side door and in the attic since it's snowing. I finally found a place I can go for counseling tomorrow, but when somebody asks me for help, why do they pull up like I belong in prison or go for batons? Like, what? I called for help, not to get jumped by police or arrested. Everyone sees me as crazy now, and I get why. I just wish they would see it through my eyes and not belittle me for it. Just to be clear, I'm good right now, not really looking for a pity party. Processing everything and found a place to go for counseling and maybe some antidepressants and mood stabilizers tomorrow. Okay, maybe this is not, like, this girl was actually needing help. Like, I thought this was going to be like a
Oh, Sarah's coming here.
silly story. That's fine if she is.
I mean...
I just need to find somewhere else to live. I'm way too embarrassed to leave my room at all and show my face to anyone. I know this has just been a wild night. Okay, so maybe we should just cut that, because that was like way too... Oh, yeah, this is somebody actually talking, like, wanting somebody to talk to. Let me find a different one.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, these are all deep and, like, morbid. The time me and my brother encountered a murder on meth is one of the things.
Okay.
My Dominions experience. Dominoes. My Dominoes experience. I can read.
Are we gonna, like, read it and give our thoughts?
Yeah, but after I find a good one.
Okay. Well, I can just read my,
Your messages. I'm dead. Okay, so this is just on Reddit. Somebody said, what's your most wild / crazy girlfriend / boyfriend story? And these are people's comments. Okay, so this person had an ex that would scream and rage at them whenever they lost a game. There was a time during the initial lockdown back in 2020 and earlier this year where I had to keep checking the apartment of my boss because we closed.
Wow! Okay.
These are so lame. Like, hold on.
Like, what? Reddit is supposed to be, like, jump scare?
The one, I know that I literally watch podcasts specifically for reading Reddit stories, and all of them are, like, crazy.
Like, maybe they go about my sister and her friend are about to walk in, so please. Please bear with us. while we. Dallas, it's okay.
Sorry.
Hey y'all.
I told you we were.
Y'all look cute.
Thanks.
We've had like a hard time.
Cause like all these stories, I'm trying to read like crazy stories, and the first one was morbid about somebody wanting to kill herself, and now these are like serious relationship problems. I'm just trying to find like a fun, crazy story. Like,
Yeah.
I think I've slept too much. I've had way too much energy all day. I don't know what to do with it.
Maybe you're just excited.
About what? I'm so confused.
I don't know. Maybe you're just excited. I don't know.
excited about life.
Yeah. Like, come on. This is my
Abby.
sister. She smells good.
Thanks.
She looks beautiful.
Thank you. You should be proud of me. I didn't have a jacket in my car, so I didn't have a jacket all day. I froze. And I thought I would get
Well, I don't know how you didn't get dress coded. Boy,
Well,
they
my
got me
shirt-
like a
My shirt was like this
mother.
for most of the day, but it's like completely
They ate
see-through.
me all the way up
And
with the
then
dress code
We were
on.
trying to go to the bathroom during like changes of singing classes and orchestra, and we had to cut through the courtyard, and I just had to walk around like this.
Y'all are welcome to like walk in front of the cameras.
Yeah,
We
we're
can
not even
cut
started
that.
yet. We're
Yeah.
cutting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can cut. We can cut whatever. What's with the unicorn? Is that Dallas?
That's Dallas's.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know if it was Nick's. How dare you to hit me with that brain? How dare you?
Good
Look
one.
at
Ladies.
this Dallas.
Okay, we're gonna hit it with the. It's Halloween right now, I guess. Halloween in freaking January, because this is a scary story apparently.
You saw my hair wedges?
No.
She ate those.
No, they're
I'm
in
just
trash because I didn't think that'd be any good after, like, sitting in the refrigerator because fries suck.
They probably wouldn't.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Well, you're gonna get your Chinese. It's
My
fine.
cucumber is frozen.
Okay, girl.
I'm gonna attempt to read this one. If this one sucks, we're literally gonna just have to.
We're literally gonna say cut
postpone. Because what the heck, these suck.
like that, bud.
Okay, so this is a scary story from somebody on
I can't
Reddit.
even see my lamp.
I need a little table.
That's my lamp, guys. Oh dear. Welcome to the ghetto. Literally.
Okay.
Literally.
Okay, so ready?
Ready?
The title is Every Night My Cat Stares Out the Window. Tonight I found out why. Okay.
Corn already.
This is the first one that popped up. Okay.
Okay.
Every night my cat Lilith
It's awful.
perches on the windowsill. Her eyes locked onto something outside that I can never seem to see. Nothing averts her gaze. Not people walking by, not the rustling of the leaves, even trying to touch her. Elicits. I can't even read, dude. What did it say? Elicits.
Yeah.
No reaction. Nothing seems to deter her unwavering attention from the window. Lilith, for context, outside of this weird nightly ritual, is the most loving ragdoll cat you've ever seen. She's a little chatterbox who meows, purrs, and cuddles the day away. Okay, period. Come nighttime, her entire demeanor shifts into being unnerved. She sits still, not moving, starting at the starting at the nothingness that nighttime brings until the early break of dawn, in which she resumes her normal demeanor, in which she's yawning.
Because you don't play me. You know I can't sleep.
Okay, when she resumes her normal demeanor, in which she comes, curls up beside me and falls asleep, soundly purring. Like, why are you choosing these words?
I mean, is this written in the Roman Empire?
I dismissed it as her staring at moths.
Why would that be what you dismissed it as?
Or small bugs, or even maybe the outdoor cats that live around our place, assuming I somehow don't notice them in the blanket of nightfall.
I mean, this is...
Curiosity turned to concern when I noticed Luna's behavior growing more intense. Luna? I thought it was Lilith. One night the air felt unusually charged and a bone-chilling silence descended upon... A bone-chilling silence descended upon the room. Luna's eyes, apparently her name's Luna now. Luna's eyes widened, reflecting an eerie luminescence from whatever unseen force captivated her gaze. Summoning courage, I joined her at the window, peering into the inky abyss. Oh my gosh. At first I saw nothing, just the usual dimly lit surroundings. Then I noticed the rustling of the tree right by my window and silhouette of a person appeared. Curiosity got the best of me, and I sat peering at the figure. At first I glanced around, assuming that it was just some person drunk coming home from the bar. Okay, from the bar that's a few blocks away and somehow stumbled into our yard. Okay. Maybe even my neighbor's friend coming home late, given we have a shared outdoor space. Details, okay. But as the shadow grew closer, I felt my stomach sink at the same time that my usual docile, goofy kitty started making a deep, guttural, growling sound. Guttural? I don't know what that sounds. As the figure drew nearer, my blood turned to ice.
Killing me. Oh my
Blood
gosh.
turned to ice. I got ice in my veins like Lil Wayne, okay. As her features becoming illuminated in the streetlight. Looking back at me from the other side of the glass. Well me. What?
Well, me.
Well me. Okay?
You want me to see if I can read it?
Yeah, start with I stood there, because I can't.
Okay. Alright. I have to find, like, where are we at?
I stood there at the top.
Oh. I got confused because she changed it back to Lilith.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I cannot. Okay. I stood there transfixed. Transfixed is not a word. There's no way that's a word. By the spectacle before me, my doppelganger mirrored my movements, but its grin stretched unnaturally wide, sending shivers down my spine. Lilith, actually, Lilith, usually composed, hissed vehemently at the window, and her fur standing on end as if sensing the sinister aurora. Aurora? Aura? Is what I meant to say. Oh well. Fear gripped me as fear gripped me. What? As I stumbled backward, breaking the unnerving connection. I jammed the blind shut, but not before it raised its hand, breaking from the. There's no way this is real. The gimmick of mirroring me and gave an unnerving wave. From that night on, excuse me, I avoided the window, hoping to escape the haunting presence on the other side, yet the air in the room remained heavy with an unspoken dread. I started sleeping in the living room. Lilith never wavering from her perch on my bed, staring out into the darkness of what I can only assume is my mirroring image night after night. Okay, honey, what? I don't know who to tell. How can I explain that? My family would dismiss it as stress from work and life. Finally, I couldn't handle the nerves night after night. I finally told my best friend, Lily. Of course I know.
Like what?
Lily, Lilith, Luna. Like, maybe you should look into that. That night she stayed over. Lilith perched at the window spot as usual, and for the first time since I saw it, I peered through the blinds and saw it again. Jumping back, my best friend peered out the same window. What? There's nothing there. Are you okay? She gave me a look that was mixed with concern and confusion. What do you... Excuse me? What do you mean? Can you not see it? I looked back out and the thing was laughing at me with that horrific, uncanny valley grin and lifted its finger to its lips, making a motion. It's right there, I shrieked. She glanced back out and I averted my gaze to her. Dude, there's nothing there. That's so mean. Dude, there's nothing I glanced back out the window, and sure enough, whatever it was wasn't there. Defeated, I suggested we go make some tea and try to watch a dumb show as a distraction. Watching TV, smoking a bowl, and a hot cup of tea. I broke character a little bit. That caught me off guard. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Smoking a bowl and a hot cup of tea. Later, my nerves had seemed settled a bit. Maybe you've just been really stressed, not to sound like your parents, but your new job seems to keep you busy. And with that lack of sleep, I don't know, maybe it's causing some sort of a walking nightmare. Lily tried to soothe my fears, and after some back and forth and brainstorming, I started to settle into the idea that maybe it was all stress and trauma-induced. Trauma? The idea actually gave me some peace. Then at midnight on the dot, a low guttural
What is guttural?
Guttural scratching emerged from the window. My best friend jumped and we exchanged a look of fear.
What'd you do with that protein stuff that was in my room?
I don't know.
No, I know what I do with it.
Where did that?
I'm gonna keep reading this, Bess.
Okay.
I mean, I know you can hear it. Abby, you want to come join me on the podcast?
Yeah.
Alright, take your seat. Okay. Dread settled in the pit of my stomach as we cautiously approached the window in my room. Lilith, her eyes wide and with alarm rather than on her usual perch, covered in the corner. The scratching intensified, accompanied by a haunting whisper. This is Philly steak and cheese.
Are you serious?
I'm sorry, I don't know what they're arguing about. The scratching intensified, accompanied by a haunting whisper that seemed to carry my own voice, distorted and twisted. Let me in, it murmured. The words sending a shiver down my spine. Okay, I heard that. What the My best friend explained. Bessie can't read cuss words, she doesn't cuss, and I'm working on getting better. Because I do cuss a lot. With trembling hands, I opened the curtains. My doppelganger was back, still grinning, pressed its hands against the glass, the barrier, the only thing keeping it from entering my world. Is that you? Lily whispered, her pupils dilating with fear. With every ounce of strength, I resisted the impulse to unlock the window, to scream at it, to do anything to end the nightmare. My heart pounded as the sinister figure outside became more desperate, its grin comforting, not comforting, contorting into a snarl. Lilith sensed the intimate threat hissed louder, her fur bristling as she fled her corner spot and bravely positioned herself between us and the window. In a swift motion, shoved the curtains closed. I grabbed Lily's hand and booked it out of the room. Still hearing the scratching and whispers, turned to screaming and pounding on the glass, so sure that at any moment the glass would give away and let whatever the thing was into my home. As the night wore on, the pounding and yelling reduced back to scratching and whispers. So basically the only difference now is what's-her-face Lily sees it too. As the night wore on, the pounding and yelling reduced back to scratching and whispers that eventually faded away with the daybreak. For the next few weeks, I stayed with Lily and hired movers to get my stuff out and back to my parents. I haven't heard or seen anything like what I did at my old place since. Lilith has resumed sleeping soundly by my side, seemingly having totally forgotten the horrors we all just went through. I'm writing this because I just moved into my new place, and once everything was unpacked and things were settled, it was just Lilith and I again. We were left alone in oppressive silence, haunted by the realization that anytime my doppelganger, with its twisted grin, could be patiently awaiting its next opportunity to break through and confront me with a malevolence I couldn't comprehend. And Lilith has been giving concerned passing looks at the window as the evening moved into today. So that was one of the worst, most made up stories I've actually ever read in my life.
Sorry, Misty.
Oh, my beady butt's like in the way, it's okay.
I thought that was gonna be good, y'all. My bad.
That was horrible. That was one of the worst. Like, I've never in my life read something so fake. That was terrible.
And it was long, too.
Yeah.
Be the first to comment. No, yeah,
There's a reason for that. Like, my neighbors are being replaced by copies.
Please be for real.
Like, come on, guys.
That might be cool. If it's long, you don't gotta read it. Okay, it's not that long.
How about you read the
I'll start with my story. Okay, so this one's called, What is an Unexplainable Creepy Experience That You Have Had? Okay, I'll start with my story. So when I was freshly 18, I moved in with my best friend to be, my best friend to be? What? That's like kind of...
My best friend to be there for a short period. That doesn't make sense.
At all. They were a big Christian family, and the house felt pretty homey being around them. Nothing abnormal happened in the house until I moved in for some reason, which, in my defense, I was also Christian, although I wasn't playing my part as well as I needed in that sense. I was still a good kid and never did anything to initially bring bad energy around. I shared a room with my best friend, and things were nice, but just a few days in of being there, I noticed that things were just off about the house. It started with the TV simply turning off and on by itself, switching channels, getting extremely loud for no reason, but I just thought that maybe her TV was just stupid. Her little lights
Oh, dead.
Did you just
Snort?
say
Snort.
Okay. Her little lights above her bed headboard would just start going on and off, and it started making me feel weird. Papers and small things would straight fly off her nightstand. Come on now. And at that point, we got spooked because how is it flying? I would hear footsteps. So you have to stop.
I'm trying.
I would hear footsteps running to me on her carpet and get scared. At night, I would see things move past in the hallway, and this tall figure just standing in front of the door. And it was so tall that I couldn't see its head until it bent its neck inhuman-like and started... This is ridiculous. And stared at you under the bed, under the door frame. It freaked me out so bad. I woke her up crying, and we just started praying. I had a hand grab my leg and rip the blanket off. It got so bad to the point where we were too scared to go to the bathroom alone. At that point, I told her parents about it, and they thought I was crazy because they never had anything like that happen. Until one day, we were sitting at the dinner table, and her dad asked, "Chloe, why are you sleeping all weird on the floor last night?" I was sleeping on the bed that night, and I told him, and that's when he realized I was telling the truth, and we immediately just started praying to get rid of whatever it was in the house. Most of the things would happen late at night while mostly everyone was sleeping. I don't know if it was because I had a weaker mindset than them, and I don't know what was in that house, but it was not nice and definitely messed me up to this day. I cannot sleep in pure silence, pitch black darkness, or even the door open at night. So what was the point of that story?
Okay, that one was a little better.
I mean, maybe. Oh, that's creepy. I'll tell mine. It's not as good. I had a religious roommate. I can't do this right now. I'm gonna do this one because it's really short.
Okay.
One time when I was hanging out with a friend, to respect their privacy, I won't be using their name. We were around 12 to 14 and decided to hang out at an abandoned barn across my grandparents' house by the train tracks. While we were there, we kept hearing a man yelling, but being dumb kids, we stayed there hanging out and drawing on the walls with spray paint. After a while, it got dark and we thought it was time to go home. On our way back, we heard the man yell again, followed by a loud, gargling, choking sound. I couldn't help the fact that it was dark as I'm just reading. My eyes can't help it. I couldn't help the fact that it was dark, clearly, and we were surrounded by thick bushes and trees. Thick? Once we got out of the wooded area and back to the road to my house, we could see the man pacing back and forth from the barn to the train tracks. What was even creepy about that? Like, I'm lost for words. Like, I can't even.
It's terrible.
I mean, this is awful.
That's why I couldn't stop laughing because I was like, wow, this is
Wow,
terrible.
this is awful.
Those of
Okay.
you who have had fake friends, what was your story and how did you know they were fake? I'll see what's up with this one. Okay, honestly, I probably shouldn't try to read it. There you go.
Okay. I've had quite a few within my lifetime, but this one by far has been the worst, possibly even psychotic friends I've ever had. That's illiterate. Last summer, I was starting to get close to someone who went to my old high school. He seemed normal at first. This is a boy? He seemed normal at first, but things started shifting soon after we got to know each other a little better. One night, he and I were at my parents' house, and he started opening up about one of his friends who was dying. My bad. When his agitation rose, his eyes started darting across the room as though he wasn't in control of them. Other symptoms included aggression. I mean, what? It didn't even give other symptoms? Like, symptoms of what? Aggression, spontaneity?
Yeah, spontaneity, I think.
Spontaneity?
They didn't spell it right.
That's like awful. And poor judgment. At the time, I thought this might have been a one-time thing, but it continued for the next week. One of my other good friends and I encouraged him.
Are you leaving?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to give you a high five. Bestie, do you want to just go get Chinese real quick?
Yeah, we're this is
Oh my god.